My first professional gig, big-time gig anyway, was with the Stan Kenton Orchestra. I just turned 18 years old, and I joined Stan's band, and along with everything else I'd been listening to when I was young, I listened to a lot of Stan Kenton recordings, and Stan did a fair amount of Latin or Afro-Cuban music. And that called for a beat that was pretty much just a double-time Latin, kind of a mambo rhythm, a generic double-time Latin beat that would work well in his band. It works well in show music. It goes something like this. Very basic pattern on the bass drum and hi-hat. Left hand is playing on the snare drum with a cross stick and the tom-tom. The right hand is playing the bell pattern on the bell, the cymbal. Now, an important thing to remember when you play these kinds of patterns, if any part of the kit is representing, let's say, like an instrument that would be in a salsa band or something, for example, the bell of the cymbal playing a cowbell pattern, you should play a pattern, in other words, a complete pattern that would sound good as if it were played on another instrument. If you approached it in a linear style where you're kind of passing the ball from one part of the kit to the other, it might not sound so good. In other words, I've heard a lot of the drummers play this kind of a beat like this. And it's I don't know, there's something about it that almost gives me indigestion. It's an incomplete pattern. It's kind of like getting to the edge of the sidewalk, and instead of having your next step, you kind of jump off with both feet, land, and start all over again. It doesn't really flow. So I try to play a complete pattern on any part of the kit, be it the bell, the cymbal, playing the clave with the rim shot. So you create a flow, and I think that gives you more the feeling of a Latin rhythm section, because sometimes it's going to be just you trying to cover all those parts. So on different jazz recordings when I was young, that was the first kind of Latin beat that I ever really heard, and it was the first one that I played. I then got hip to Elvin Jones, and the way Elvin played the Latin beat was more open, and it sounded something like this. More open and more syncopated.